Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the world of the International Fabtalks. We are always happy to connect with different people across the globe from different professions. And when people take out time to share their space with us, we should respect them, and we should really be happy that there are people out there who would want you to know about their lives, their journey, to inspire you in the right way. There are several unsung heroes who have been giving a lot of their time and energy to the medical sector. It could be to the social service of you, with regard to humanity. It could be in different ways. You as an individual could contribute in a number of ways, just like our special celebrities and guests who are present here with us. And today we have a doctor couple who are joining us all the way from Mysore. It's a honor and pleasure for the International Fab Talk team to have them here and to share their journey and to celebrate their achievements in their life today here on the International Fab Talks. I'm really happy and honored to have both of them with us. And that really makes me really glad. I'm really stuck up for words. Now let us go with the flow. Let me introduce them to all of you, my dear friends. We have Dr. Akhila. She's joining us all the way from Mysore, along with her husband, who is also a doctor. He's an ENT specialist. He's Dr. Madhav DESHPANDE. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session. Hello, ma'am, and welcome to the session, dear.
Hello, thank you so much for having us on your show.
Thank you, Andrea, you and your team for having us on your platform to express ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you for being so humble. The point that I've understood both of you from at a deeper level is both of you are very humble and down to earth. And there's much more to your personality apart from being doctors. You're much more to what appears, to the outer world. You're connected with various other organizations and activities. Allow me to share your profile in an official way, and then we start the session.
Thank you, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Friends, I'd like to share the profiles of our celebrities and guests today. It's a pleasure. Two doctors with us and from different domains. Now, let me share their profile, friends. We have Dr. Akhila Siddegowda. She is with us, and she is an anesthesiologist. That's really great. For the first time on the Fab Talks, we have somebody who is connected with that beautiful department of saving lives at the right time, with the right kind of, tips that she has gathered through her studies and experience. She's here with us. And Dr. Madhav, as I earlier mentioned, he's a senior specialist with regard to ENT. And they both are joining us right from Mysore, Karnataka, India. My friends, you want to know more about Akhila, ma'am? I'm ready to share that with you. Ma'am has shared a little with me. And so I'm going to share that with you. And of course, they too will share it from their end as well. Now, friends, Dr. Akhila Siddegowda is a doctor by profession, a wonderful artist by passion, and a servant by purpose. That's how she describes herself. And she is the youngest of the three siblings of Dr. C.S. Siddegowda and Srimati Chandravathi, born in the beautiful and historical city of Mysore. Mysore, it was before, now it is Mysore. With a stethoscope and a first aid kit, she had the selfless love of serving others. She started this journey right as a kid at the age of 6. She tried to take, care of all her classmates, maybe, or all the students in her school. She gave her service and tried to dedicate herself at that very young age to serving mankind, to serving humanity. She was born to selflessly serve. That's what it is. And she was guided and shown the path by her family and friends. And she really loves her father because he's been a great role model for her in her life in choosing this beautiful career to be a doctor. She provided first aid to everyone in her school, as I earlier mentioned, and she was recognized by the Red Cross for her incredible service at the age of 6. Inspired by her brother as well, not only her dad, even her brother as well, she developed a wonderful passion for sketching and painting. As I said, it's not only the medical field, there's much more to Dr. Akhila and as well as Dr. Madhav sir. And she's developed the passion for sketching and painting and never looked back. And under the able guidance of a Mysore Palace artist, she sharpened her inherent skills, and she's doing her very best even in the field of painting and art, etc. With many state and national level awards to her credit, she continues to paint and create logos and posters for professional and social events. So that's wonderful, very inspiring, encouraged by her sister as well. And she sees that she has a role model even in her sister. She loves to even, take her sister as an inspiration in her life. That's really nice. I'll put all of that right, encouraged by her sister and journalist friend, Dr. Akhila. unleashed her panache for writing through articles, poems, travel blogs, scripts for plays, and punchlines. That's really nice and great to know that you are into this domain and zone as well. She loves reading, music, traveling, cooking, gardening, Bharatanatyam, yoga, meditation, and above all, a great doctor and a wonderful humanitarian. And learning, this is something very special, friends, learning 5 new things a day from her 19-year-old son. They both have a lovely son together. He's 19 years old and he is studying in USA. Let's get to know more about ma'am and her family now. And she loves to learn these 5 things. I mean, we should take this from ma'am. We all should learn 5 new things every day. That will really enhance our life. I really like this concept. And hats off to your son who's behind you and sir's passion to learn something new. It could be learning a new gadget. It could be learning anything that is really new, which we have not learned before. And that reminds me of neurobics, always going into new spaces to learn new things. Ma'am lives and works in Mysore, as earlier mentioned. She is an anesthesiologist. She is married to an accomplished ETN surgeon, that is Dr. Madhav Deshpande. And their son Rahul Deshpande is pursuing his mechanical engineering at Penn State, USA. And they have a wonderful, adorable little paw friend, a little dog. His name is Coco. And apart from that, ma'am is also a trainer of trainees for CPR, trains public and school kids with Kaveri Medical Specialty Hospital, Mysore. Created animated training videos on providing CPR, which is available in the IRC CPR website. And that makes you special when you really spread your wings across the world, especially for the underprivileged, and make life more beautiful. She quotes, "Friends are our assets." Like her mother, she believes in simple living and high thinking. She aspires to lead a simple and peaceful life, imparting knowledge and service to everyone, whoever comes in front of her or whoever crosses her path. She believes in giving back more than getting. Now let's go to the profile of Dr. Madhav. Dr. Madhav Deshpande is here with us. And he's a specialist, as I earlier mentioned, a senior specialist in concerned with ENT. And he's connected with the Taluk Hospital, Krishna Raja Nagar, Mysuru district, connected with the Department of Health and Family Welfare. Sir has also several connections with various organizations and associations. So that's wonderful. And dear friends, he has been winning several awards and rewards and being recognized for his work on the public space for all of us. Now, Krishna Raja Nagar Taluk Rajotsava Award for Service to the Society in 2012. Venkatesh Murthy Gold Medal for the best case presentation at South Zone ENT Conference, Bengaluru in 2014. Second prize for the best poster presentation at South Zone ENT Conference, Bangalore in 2014 again. And Srujana Sadbhavna Award in 2018. Kanaka Shri Award for Service to Society from Taluk Administration, Krishna Rajanagar 2023. And a regular trainer of trainees for ENT care, Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Karnataka. And a wonderful volunteer like Dr. Akhila at Tiger Adventure Foundation, Mysuru chapter. And his special hobbies are trekking, traveling, tennis, theater, etc., etc. There's much, much more to this beautiful couple who's here with us. I'm really amazed. I thought doctors are very boring. They're only connected with the medical field. But here we have people, a set of, doctors who are multi-talented, and they are connected with various aspects and projects, creating beautiful space for not only themselves, for the people around them, not only the medical field, apart from that. Now, dear sir and dear ma'am, I would like to ask you, dear ma'am, Akhila ma'am, how would you define yourself? Like I've shared something from my side. How would you define yourself? Your friends, your family members, and unknown people too would love to know it from you. Who is the real Dr. Akhila Siddegowda?
Thank you for an elaborate introduction. In fact, you have defined me better than what I could have done. Anyway, it's a tricky question. It is not very easy to define oneself, but I could make an attempt. As you've said, I'm a doctor by profession, an artist by passion, and a servant by purpose. I would also like to define myself through the eyes of my parents. I'm kind of upright and sincere like my father, and simple and homely like my mother. And adding a little spice to this definition, because I just want to complete the definition. I'm not so great or good at handling my temper at times, and more so with people who are close to me or my own people. But fortunately, it has not created any havoc so far. So that's it.
Yes, dear ma'am, you've been sharing about yourself very sweetly. You've been, putting it in a very crisp way as to who you are. And as you've spoken about temper, yes, you're a very sweet person. And, the people, when they look at you, it could be a patient, it could be just anyone. Just by looking at you, there are positive vibes that come from you. And that connects people very quickly. And they could bond with you very well as a patient as well. And as just anyone who comes across your path. For example, me, when we had that coordination that started, it was very free flowing. And it was just like, I have known you for many years. It's not that just we met recently. So that's the beautiful aura that you have around you. Wonderful.
That's kind of you.
Yes, dear. Thank you. Thank you very much, dear. Dear sir, now over to you. How would you define yourself? How would you like to express yourself to all the people out there?
Well, I am a doctor by profession too. I specialize in ENT, that's a ear, nose, and throat. I would like to say that I am humble, I am simple, disciplined, and hardworking. But sometimes my negative is that I tend to take things too lightly, or maybe I'm a bit lazy. But thankfully, that has not caused any havoc so far as yet. And I do have a lot of control on my temper, and I think that is my USP.
That's really nice. Very crisp and very beautifully explained. That's really nice. As you said, you are lazy. So you are not lazy. Like,
I wouldn't call lazy. I would say it is a laid back attitude sometimes. Not always, sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, you're very genuine and very honest when you share this, openly. But the truth is, you are both very disciplined in your field of the professional space that you are in. And there are several people who have admired the skill at your work, at what you've been contributing to the medical space. That's really wonderful. Now, apart from your medical profession, before we enter into that zone, I would like to ask Akhila ma'am, how was your childhood? What kind of a kid were you? Were you the naughty one, mischievous one, or were you very, humble or timid type of a child, shy type of a girl?
Actually, people say I have not grown up at all, especially in the physical form. Anyway, jokes apart, I've been a hardworking and sincere student, but I always loved to have fun around me. And I would take part in most of the extracurricular activities, and I was into sports and a lot of things. I think I was naughty sometimes. I would get caught from my mom, but I was never the complaining types. I was never the complaining types. I would try to help my co-students as much as possible in their academic and non-academic um, uh, events. And the most important memory thus far is me carrying, as you mentioned earlier in the introduction, is carrying a first aid kit and under the guidance of my dad and stuffing whatever was supposed to be helpful. And I would carry it every day to school and render as much as help I could to the students or anybody who needed it. So I think that is the most memorable part of my childhood.
You made me visualize that little girl, that little Akhila with the first aid kit and all of that. I could visualize that. That's really nice. And as you mentioned, you were a disciplined child. That's really nice, ma'am. Of course, not yet certain times. But of course, being disciplined in the medical space is very, very important. And that you've already inculcated as a little kid. And your role model as your dad was, really behind you to succeed, apart from your other family members as well. That's wonderful. Now, Dr.
But I think as I grew up, I think my naughtiness, I think I got naughtier as I grew up. I think I'm more naughtier now than when I was a kid.
The inner child is still within you, right?
Yes.
That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for being very honest on that. Yes, we all should have the inner child within us. Only then we can carry our lives forward. We could remain happier if the inner child is still alive.
Yeah.
No matter what professional stress we have, or whatever it is that we face in life, the inner child should be there within us. That's wonderful. Now, if you permit me, I can ask Dr. Madhav, what about your childhood? How were you as a little kid?
Yeah, I being a single kid, single child, I was silent. I was naughty, and more of the experimental type. I would do lots of experiments. Whatever was in the textbook, I would do. Lots of times, I would play with electricity, blown up the house fuse a couple of times. Really got reprimanded my parents for that. Well, yes. Later, I got into NCC, and that helped me shape a lot of my present day characters. Taught me lots of discipline. I was adjudged the best senior division air cadet in the country in 1991, and NCC, I am sure, has helped shape my present day to quite a big extent.
Yes. So if I may ask you this question, you were close to your mom or dad? Were you a mama's boy or like you were dad's pet?
Both, in fact. I wouldn't have really differentiated mama's boy or papa's boy. If mama scolded me, I would run to dad, and if dad scolded me, I would run to mom.
Okay. And you were
It's always
lucky.
been like that.
You were lucky because you were the only child, right?
Yes. And I got all the attention to myself, and I got all the new things and all. I didn't have to share my elder brother's books or his toys or clothes or whatever. I got everything for myself firsthand.
That's nice. Now, so as you said, you were even playing with electricity, and at a certain point of time, there was a fuse or what? There was a blast. If you could, when that happened, how was the response of mom and dad?
Of course, I did get belted. Well, they were furious because they were more concerned about my safety rather than the blown fuse. As a kid, probably we did not realize the grave situation or the dangers it could have posed. For us, experimenting and seeing the effects of what was there was more important. But they did realize that it was a lot more dangerous than at what really I was doing. So that was their concern in reprimanding me. Well, all due respects,
Thank
we
you.
would do that.
Thanks for sharing. That's really nice. Now, I could also visualize you, handling all those wires and that very busy doing that. Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much. Now, Dr. Akhila, I'd like to come back to you now, and I'd like to ask you, what are the challenges that you face with regard to your profession, and how do you overcome these challenges or the stress? We will not use the word stress. We'll use the word challenge. That would be more appropriate. Yes, dear.
How do I manage my stress? Being an anesthesiologist, it is a stressful environment. So the best thing you could do is stay calm, because when under stress, your brain doesn't work. So I try to stay calm, as much calm as possible. I try to take help from others. And after the scenario is over, once the patient is fine, we sit and have a word with each other, like where we went wrong or what could have been improved. Probably the same thing happens at home, but most of the times I'm not the calmer kind at home. That's how I manage. And most of the times they call me a laughing gas. Probably I try to laugh a lot, smile a lot. Maybe that helps me roll out my stress.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's really nice. To smile and to bring cheer in the lives of our patients and the people around us is all that helps us to overcome all our challenges. That's wonderful, dear. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Dr. Madhav, how do you manage the stress in your life with regard to your profession?
Yes, I do smile a lot. And the most important thing is I do not pick up a fight with a patient. I tend to be calm. Even when there's an argument going on, I try to put my point calmly without raising my voice. And that does settle a lot of arguments and a lot of stress. Even for us, sometimes casualties or emergencies do become a bit stressful. But then again, taking regular breaks in a busy schedule, taking days off or taking some time off to do some activities that I like releases a lot of stress. And I don't prefer to bring the work stress home. And I don't prefer to take the work home stress to work. So keeping these two things separately does have a lot of advantage. So work is work, home is home.
Beautiful. That's a work-life balance. Wonderful, sir.
It's
That's really nice. Now, ma'am, over to you. Who is your inspiration, ma'am?
Okay, I think the inspiration word should be used in plural, because there is not just one single person who has inspired me. I get inspired every single day, be it my family, my colleagues, my teachers, my friends. They inspire me a lot every single day, and I learn a lot from them. But there should be a beginning for any inspiration. I think it's my dad, as mentioned before. He's inspired me for what I am today, professionally and personally. And I think you have elaborated during my introduction about how my brother inspired me for my artwork, and my sister and my journalist friend inspired me to write blogs and have a better EQ, the empathy quotient, and things like that. And how my son and my husband inspired me to learn 5 new things a day, which keeps going on and on. So I give the credit to every single person around me who have inspired me every single moment.
That's
That's
a
it.
beautiful way to give credit and a tribute to all of those people in your life who have been a source of inspiration. You say it's not one person, there are many people, including your son, Dr. Madhav, your dad, and many other people, your sister, your friends, and all of them. That's really nice to be kind enough to acknowledge the presence of others in our lives. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, ma'am, what about movies? Apart from being, focused on your work as a medical professional, do you have the time to watch movies? And if yes, which is your favorite movie till date?
Movies. I love watching movies, and it has been my favorite pastime for all along. All along, it's been my favorite pastime. But the kind of movies has changed over the years. Probably when I was young, probably I would love movies which were kind of romantic and things like that. But right now, they kind of fall into a spectrum. One half of the spectrum is like, I love biopics and all movies which are based on true incidents, like Maidan, Airlift, and Maricom. And the other side of the spectrum, it should be a thoroughly entertaining one. There should not be any tags linked. The time you watch, it should be just entertaining. It should make you happier and just happy. Be happy about it, and you need not carry anything out of it. So movies like Mr. Bean or Halchal, Andaz Apna Apna, these have been my favorites. So kind of I love movies at both ends of the spectrum.
Excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you very much. Dr. Madhav, I'd like to come now to you, sir, and I'd like you to share something. What is the most interesting thing you've ever read till date, or you saw something very recently or read something recently that you'd like to share with us?
last few days, it's all been about the elections. It's been about cricket. I follow both keenly, and have had both phases. I mean, both sides of the coin in this election. Been able to see lots of pro-government, anti-government news, lots of videos coming up on YouTube regarding this. Been following that, and I've been a keen follower of the IPL cricket. First was the
Who's
women's
your favorite team?
RCB.
Yes.
Yes, I do have been following the cricket, the women's cricket. IPL, WPL came up, and now the IPL. I've been really following it quite keenly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
And
you
yes,
very
a
much.
couple of medical videos also. We saw recently some of the surgeries, like in one of the surgeries, they took out 1.5 kilograms of safety pins from a patient's stomach. Successfully, they were able to remove those safety pins, remove toothbrushes from the stomach. I've been really surprised what all people keep swallowing. That really amazes us how people can even survive with those things. So yes, those videos did catch my attention over the last few days.
It's quite shocking and surprising with what you've just shared. Yes. And you're a great fan of the RCB, Royal
Yes,
Challengers Bangalore, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yes.
That's really nice to have you even connected with sports and games, and of course the political space now that the election process is going on. And we wish that the best government, is there
Yes, indeed.
right in front of us to guide us and go in our future as well. So from there, sir, I'd like to take you to the next question. The next question is, how would you want people to remember you, and for what way or in which way people should remember you? Because one fine day we all are going to leave this earth and go. So
Yes.
what kind of gesture, you have already been very excellent on the professional field and personal field as well. But personally, how would you want people to remember you? In what way?
Yes, I would like to be remembered for all the good deeds that I've done, for the service that I've done. And I would like to be remembered as a person whom people consider as a go-to person for any help, any information, or any contacts, if they need any uh, guidance. I love teaching. So I would like my students who are now, I mean, I do have students who've been there almost 20, 25 years ago. I've been associated with some students. And those people still do remember me the way I used to teach them. And even now, clinically, I do find whoever I get, be it a staff nurse, be it a ward boy, or be it any interns or students who come up my way, I would like to be remembered for a person who would be a go-to person. So that's what I want to be remembered.
Excellent, Dr. Madhav. That's wonderful. And this shows a lot of humility within you. The go-to person. No matter what you connect with me, I'm always there for you. It could be family, it could be friends, it could
Yes.
be like anybody who really requires your help and guidance. During the right time in their lives. If you are there, you appear as an angel in their life. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Akhila ma'am. It's up now to you, Dr. Akhila. What is it that you love about yourself? What do you love about Akhila?
Okay. Tough times never last, but tough people do. I strongly believe in this. I generally practice what I preach. And I'm an upright, as already mentioned, I'm an upright and sincere person. And I give a lot of credit to people who deserve them genuinely. And sometimes what I like about myself is I go overboard to help people because it gives me a kick. Maybe you could call it selfishness, or I'm not sure, but I love helping people and I go overboard to help so that I get some kind of endorphin or serotonin surges where I can feel good about it. So I think this is about me.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Here also, I see you're connected with humanity, wanting to go out of the way and help people. That speaks volumes about your personality. That's really wonderful. Now, dear ma'am, there's a lot going on in the world, but still I'd like to pose this question to you. What kind of a change you would love to see in this world?
Change in the world. Yeah. If I could change, I would try to change the caste system and the religion and those kind of things, which is causing a lot of problems all over the world. It's not just in India; it's all over the world. And I would like to change and kind of probably try to help people to be more sympathetic and empathetic. They are two different things, empathetic and sympathetic, and try to make this world a better place to live happier, and live longer.
That's wonderful. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you so much. connecting with sympathy, empathy, and enhancing our lifespan is all that you focus on. That's wonderful. Great. And of course, fighting the caste system, of course, the unfair practices that are there in the caste system across the world, to stand against all of those things that is against the existence of human beings or dangerous to the existence of a human being. That's really fair and very nice. A very progressive thinker. I'm really glad that you shared that. That's wonderful. Now, Dr. Madhav, I'd like to come back to you now. In case if there are people or youngsters out there, the little children, the teenagers, who are now just thinking about creating a career for them, or dreaming about becoming somebody in future, and if they want to be like you, they want to become the next Dr. Madhav, what is the suggestion that you'd love to give all of those young ones out there?
I would like to tell you a small story here.
Yes, please.
One man called his kids and told them, the cow does not give milk. The kids were surprised. We all learned that cows give milk. So they asked their dad, Dad, why do you say that the cows don't give milk? So dad said, the cows don't give milk. You got to get up early in the morning, walk across the fields, go to the cow, sit near the cow, tie its legs, and you have to milk the cow to get milk. The cow does not give milk by itself. You have to milk the cow to get milk. So that's my advice. For anything you do, you have to work to get it. Nothing comes for free. And whenever you do hard work, sincere hard work, a dedicated work towards a goal, that's what will take you to the goal. And this has been my belief all through, right through my childhood, through my career. Have been dedicated to work hard, work smart. That is more important. Not just working hard, work smart is what I would like to suggest. So they could be more successful. And just mugging up things will not really help. You need to understand what you are doing, and you have to really concentrate, work smart, and get what you want.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. That's wonderful. And you've summed it up with a wonderful story. That's really nice. Thank you. Nothing is easy in life. You have to work hard for it. And of course,
Yes.
focus on hard work and smart work. That's really excellent, sir. Now, sir, you mentioned about the IPL. That shows that you have interest in cricket as well. Apart from cricket, is there any other sports and games you're still interested in?
Yes, I used to play tennis as a kid. I did play tennis till the time I was in medical school. I did represent the medical college team also. And I would play volleyball. I played for the college team in volleyball also. Apart from these two games, which I really used to play myself, I do follow a lot of cricket on TV. I follow the Formula One races, and I do a lot of hiking and trekking. I have trekked the Himalayas, so I sponsored a couple of groups to go to the Himalayas. I've been really fortunate to be associated with the Tiger Adventure Foundation. I love aerosports. During my stint in NCC, I did a lot of gliding, and even now I'm interested in to do some skydiving and parasailing. So these are my ambitions. Those are two things I have not done as yet: skydiving and paragliding. So those two things I have to do.
Excellent, excellent, and surprising, huh? To me, it's quite surprising. That's really nice. In fact, we have to live life to the fullest. And you being not only in the medical space, not only giving your best as a medical professional, you also even part of the other programs as well, connected with sports,
Yes.
sponsoring different programs, and all of that. That's really nice. To me, you appear somebody as a magical person. All that I could say. Dr. Akhila, over to you. You two are magical, dear, in your own way, and you're very special. Now, ma'am, you are even a writer. You like even writing. Now, may I know who is your favorite author? Do you have a favorite author and admire him or her?
Every author, I should say, has something, is different and has something to convey. But if I could pick one, I think R.K. Narayan. I like books from Sidney Sheldon, Robin Cook, Amish, and a lot of new authors coming up. More so, I love reading. I can read anything and everything, including packaging, what is written on a packaging material. So, I mean, the savories, which are used to pack savories on the roadside. I don't mind reading them too. So
you're an avid
anything
reader
and
as
everywhere where I can pick something. That's it.
very true. I get that. You're an avid reader. So anything you have to read, it really attracts your attention. That's really nice.
Yes.
And that shows that you're down to earth. It's not like that you only need to read your professional books or only read a certain set of authors. You're ready to read something that has something to offer, where you can learn something and you get to know about something, learn something new, maybe. That's wonderful. Now, dear ma'am, I'd like to come to you now and like, how do you feel, or what do you think it is to be a famous person? Now, like, we all are famous in our own way, either at home or in our community or at the workspace. So what do you think a famous person's life is, or how would you put it in your words, if I could put that like?
Famous for me is very scary. It is very scary for me because I think it takes a lot of effort to gain one, to be famous, and to continue to be famous. So it takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of effort, and it's a huge responsibility. And probably I'm not up to that where I can really maintain or even to get to that level. So I feel it is scary.
Yes, dear. Once famous, you have to maintain that and continue with that. I understand that. And today it is clear to me that if you once are famous, you have till your last breath, you have to maintain that.
Yes, because people start looking upon you and maybe they try to get inspired by you, and it's kind of a maintenance problem.
Yes.
And it has to be in the right way.
It has to be in the
If
right
you're
way.
proving to be an inspiration to someone, even a few people, it has to be in the right way.
So actually, I remember a movie where a guy, I don't remember, it's a Hindi movie where he wanted to be famous, but he realized it takes a long time to be famous in the right way. So he tries to murder 4 or 5 people and he becomes famous overnight. So he just wanted his picture or photo on paper, and he wanted to be famous overnight. So it all says that. So it takes a lot of effort to be famous on the right track.
Very true. And thank you for sharing that. And that little sharing of yours brought goosebumps to me, like 4 or 5 murders and then becoming famous. Sir said, for the right reasons, you have to be famous and focus on being righteous and disciplined when you're famous and after you become famous and as you continue that journey. That's really nice. Now, Dr. Madhav, over to you with regard to retirement. Many of us forget to focus on retirement savings. What is your take on this? Is it really necessary to save for our retirement age? Or because most of us, what we do in India and across the world, we spend all our money on our children, selflessly. We don't keep anything for ourselves. It's always our children, our family. And so what is your take on that? Should one really concentrate on retirement savings? This answer could be beneficial for all the middle-aged, senior citizens, youth as well.
Yes. Savings for retirement and older age is definitely important because we do need to spend a lot for ourselves. That's the time when we need to concentrate on our health issues. There are lots of health issues which take a lot of money these days. Saving for retirement is definitely important. But I feel what is more important is not just saving. More important is to generate a passive income while you can, so that it sustains your retirement life. Create some passive income, be it in the market or be it in real estate or be it in a building that will fetch you rent or whatever. It should be passive. It should be coming by itself without your effort, because as you age, the effort that you can put in definitely does reduce and your expenses do increase. You should be self-reliant so that you create a passive income. You can sustain yourself without any hassles or without any tension, financial tensions. That's my take on retired life.
An excellent one. a person filled with wisdom, when we get such answers from people like you on how to take our life further ahead, especially during our retirement stage, what we should do, how to earn a passive income. You've given all those tips. And as you mentioned, like physically we become weak, and
Yes.
we're not being able to give much on the professional
Effort.
effort, and we need to concentrate on our own personal physical health and mental health as well. And so hence a retirement saving is definitely needed. That's really nice. And a
Yes.
passive income, as you all mentioned, all of that. Wonderful, sir. Hats off to you for that lovely answer to that question. It would really benefit many people across the world when they come across this video. Akhila ma'am, now you dear, you focused on various things. As we know, you're into art, painting, and traveling, trekking, etc. Now, amongst all of this, where do you feel that you have a calling and you have a special attachment and a passion for which hobby connected to hobbies?
Yes, coming to hobbies, I think anything to do with art, especially on paper. Special attraction for watercolors. And I am into a lot of other things like writing blogs and making logos for my, be it academic or non-academic logos. And I'm into cooking, inspired by my mother-in-law and my aunt, of course, my mom. I love cooking. That's one thing. And then I do quite a bit of trekking along with the Dr. Madhav and with a Tiger Adventure Foundation, but not as much as he does. And the other thing, the most passionate part professionally is giving training in CPR. CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitation for kids and public, along with my doctor friend, Dr. Vaidyanathan, from Kaveri Multi-Speciality Hospital, Mysore. This has been my passion, and I love to do this. Yeah.
Yes, dear. Thank you, ma'am. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. Now, ma'am, imagine if you were given a chance to select a superpower for yourself. You meet the Almighty, or if you have the universal energy, encourages you to select a superpower. What kind of a superpower would you want for yourself?
Superpower. Actually, I think I would ask for a premonition. I would like to know about the future, and more than knowing about the future, I would want the powers to handle them in the right way.
Excellent, excellent. That's wonderful. And I didn't even think about it.
No,
That's
no.
a wonderful answer. That's a wonderful answer. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Now, Madhav, so over to you. Now, I have a glass in hand. I've just concealed it. Now, is the glass half full or half empty? How would you look at it?
Well, again, two ways to look at it. It is half full when you are filling it, and half empty when you are drinking it. So a half full is an optimistic approach, while half empty is a pessimistic approach. So balance between that depends on whether you are filling the glass half full or whether emptying the glass half empty.
Excellent. That's a crisp answer. That's really nice. Thank you very much, sir. Now, sir, Dr. Madhav, sir, you've been connected with people across all platforms and, from different classes. It could be the poor, the rich, the middle class, upper middle class, and the elite as well. Now, all of us, irrespective of class, caste, creed, geographical locations, we suffer from mental health issues. Many of us don't speak about it. It could be in our own families, it could be our own selves. We do come at that level where we cannot understand ourselves, and we should prioritize mental health when we are in that space. But in India, it's talking about mental health itself is a taboo, and it's something they think it's shameful. In the West, it's quite widely accepted, but in India, still, from my point of view, or maybe from the experiences that I've had, to speak of mental health openly in India is still not much accepted. What do you think about mental health and how we could take it further, doctor?
Yes, mental health is an extremely important issue in anybody's day-to-day life. Be it a laborer, be it an office goer, be it a student or whoever. We keep reading about these issues every day in the newspaper. And my take is A sound mind in a sound body is what it requires to be healthy. The WHO definition itself goes not just physical or bodily health, it also includes mental and spiritual health. That's a definition of health given by the WHO. Indeed, it is a taboo in India to talk about mental health. Lots of issues are there, and lots of issues are unseen. More so in the school level, when the kids come to around high school or college level, I feel there is a dire need to educate them about mental health, how to handle stress. Most of the mental health issues are a result of stress. Some may be pathological, which cannot be really avoided, but some of them are how you react to the particular situation. So you need to be educated at a small age how to handle stress, how to get out of stressful situations, and more importantly, you need to share your feelings with somebody you trust or somebody you love, somebody who can listen to you, and then get a situation, because two minds may be better than one. A soul, a sound mind in a sound body is what it takes to be a healthy person and a productive person.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. That's really excellent. Thank you for that lovely answer. And as you said, right from childhood, one should be trained on how to handle
Yes.
the different stress that they face. And of course, if it's a pathological condition, then I think some other treatment or some other type of method could be adopted. But otherwise, we all should be trained to deal with all the situations that we come across right from childhood, such that we become strong when we become adults. That's really true.
For any mental health issues which are recognized or unrecognized, family support is of utmost importance. There should be a good family support for whatever kind of mental issues, for the person to get out of it and be healthy again. I would put that on priority.
Thank you. Thank you. A big, big thank you for saying this, Doctor. Thank you very
I
much.
would like to add something here. One of my juniors, one of my favorite juniors, he runs something called Address Health in Bengaluru, where they cater to his wife. I mean, his wife is a pediatrician, so they cater to the basic important things where what they can pick in school level. Basically, it's something to do with your vision, your dental, the mental, and the vision. So they're catering to this. It's a private organization which he runs. I think I felt like mentioning this here.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and enlightening us about that too as well. That's wonderful. Connected with the dental, mental, and the visual aspects of little children, and trying to make them more aware of how one could take care of not only their physical health, but also not only of their physical hygiene, but also their mental hygiene, mental health.
Yes, exactly.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, dear. Now, Dr. Madhav, how does it feel now to be an established and a well-experienced ENT surgeon? How does it feel?
Well, I've been in the government sector for almost 22 years now. It gives me immense satisfaction when I see a smile on a patient's face. A patient who is cured, a patient who is happy with the treatment, a smile on his face gives me immense pleasure. And I do really feel privileged that I have been able to do my bit for those in need. Healthcare nowadays has become expensive, and there are lots of people who really cannot afford healthcare at the corporate level or even at small private or nursing home level. I work in a taluk hospital where I cater to a lot of the rural population. So I'm fortunate and I'm happy that I've been able to do my bit, do all the surgeries at the taluk level, which will be done at the city level also. I do have a private practice also in the city level. So I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I've seen the really poor, I've seen the rich of the rich, and I've treated both. And I am proud that I have been able to do what I can to those in need. Really helping or serving the rural people gives me more satisfaction than getting any money.
Excellent, sir. That's really nice. And I'm happy that to have met you. because there may be several people out there who would love to connect with you with regard to your
Yes.
expertise. That would really be nice. And understanding people who really need our help, our guidance, and the right kind of treatment from the right kind of doctor without being commercially focused on. You connected with the rural population. That's really very nice. Apart from that, you said you also connected with the city practice that you have. But your heart goes out to the people, who are underprivileged. That is really
Yes, definitely.
of the people.
That's very true.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you for sharing. Now, Dr. Akhila, how does it feel to be an anesthesiologist? Actually, what is it? Many of them will not know that. If you could just elaborate on that. A few of them will know, but there are few people will not be having that insight as to what your work is and how does it feel to be an anesthesiologist?
Intoxicating
Wow.
is the word. It is just intoxicating. Actually, anesthesiology itself is a young subject. It's not as old as the other subjects like surgical field and many other subjects in the medical field. And moreover, we actually work behind the screens until the COVID hit us. We came out behind the screens, from behind the screens, and worked for the patients. And I was probably lucky enough, or to say I was given a generous chance to save quite a few lives. And I'm really, really happy about it. And so to say, this kind of coincidence, I suppose, my sun sign is I'm a Libran. And so my symbol is balance. And as an anesthesiologist, you need to be balanced, you need to be vigilant, and you need to be vibrant. Balanced in the way like you have to balance the drugs and the patient's conditions, the comorbidities, and all that stuff. So, and you need to be vigilant throughout. You need to monitor the patient and for the best outcome. And you need to be vibrant to accept and learn new things and implement them whenever it is necessary, on the right person, on the right patient, and in the right scenario. So that's what I want to tell about being an anesthesiologist all these years.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing that. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time to get to know you both as a couple and as professionals as well as people connected to the entire world. Now, there should be many of the other doctor couples who are still going to enter into this beautiful field, who are maybe still getting trained. They may be pursuing their MBBS or getting into the medical stream now, to follow the righteous path, to be disciplined, to be focused, and to do hard work. Nothing comes easy. As Dr. Madhav said, nothing comes easy. And as you also mentioned that, you have to be balanced when you're connecting with your medical profession and connecting with lives, touching and inspiring people with regard to their mental health or physical health. That's really nice. Thank you so much for being a lovely couple. And we wish you many more happy years together, especially on the professional space and personal space as well. And of course, connected to the International Fabtalks too. Namaskar. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us on your platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing everything. I'm really humbled and I'm grateful that you people have taken out the time to be here with us. And lots of love to all your family members and lots of love to your son, Rahul, also.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. My dear friends, with this we come to an end to the International Fab Talks for today, dear friends. I had a wonderful time. It was a learning experience. What did I learn from this beautiful journey connected with these two wonderful people? To be down to earth, not to only be connected with the elite, to be connected with people who are underprivileged, to support people at the right time, the right kind of support to the right kind of people, and to live with a lot of humility. With this, we sign off from the International Fab Talks. Don't forget to share this beautiful video with the right kind of people. You never know who might be inspired by the work that has been shared today on this platform. And if you like what we are doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep that smile shining. Stay smiling always, and build a beautiful space for you and your family members and for all the people around. Lots of love from the International Fabtalks to each one. Stay blessed. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.